These are ordinary minifigures, but today I'll give it 100 different uses, from genius to totally ridiculous. Will it survive, or will it? No, it won't survive, and here's why. First way to use a minifigure is to break Guinness World Records with it, and this is the widest minifigure. Congrats, man. Now, did you know you can build the tallest minifigure? So let's see how we can make it. First, I've got this torso extension part. Now he'll have 4 hands instead of 2. Then I'm adding these extra long legs from the Avatar minifigure, followed by this weird hairpiece to top it off. Okay, he's literally 2 times higher than a normal minifigure now. Now, let's build more record-breaking minifigures, like this one that has the world's biggest head. Here's the smallest head minifigure. Well, he's definitely missing something. Okay, that's better. Here's the minifigure with the longest head. And finally, what about a minifigure with the most amount of heads? This one has 5, and it's not even the limit. Here's a minifigure with the longest arms. This is the fattest man. He actually looks like he's gonna fly away. And now let's build the richest minifigure. He's got a lot of money, gemstones, jewelry, and let's give him this yacht. No way, we actually got a Guinness Award. Wait, it's actually a YouTube button. Thank you guys for this. If you switch the hands around, then turn the legs 180 degrees, and finally rotate the head, you'll end up with this cursed-looking minifigure. And it opens up another round of cursed hacks you didn't know you needed. Here's a minifigure with hands instead of hips. That's actually what I imagine people who drive motorcycles look like. If you have these macaroni pieces lying around, you can stack a bunch of them into this weird shape and use it as the minifigure's neck. Imagine how easy it would be to cheat on tests. And this is an upscaled minifigure, the biggest minifigure alive. But if you switch its head with a normal minifigure, you'll end up with 2 very infected-looking minifigures. And finally, if you take the face of an upscaled minifigure and use it instead of its head, you'll get the creepiest crawling minifigure ever. You can also take a minifigure and squeeze it in your hand until all the parts are completely detached. Now, challenge yourself to invent a hack for each of them. Here's what I did. For the head, you can squeeze it into a tire piece and use it as wheels for cars. If you have this transparent part, you can place it on top of the minifigure's head, and now you have a minifigure that looks like an astronaut. If you take a rubber band and squeeze it inside the torso, then attach minifigure arms to it, you can create unique poses for the minifigure. For example, here's a minifigure struggling to hold a lot of glizzies. And here's that scene from Spider-Man. Then I took 4 minifigure hands and aligned them all into the form of a star. You end up with this weird shape that looks like a ninja star, and now you can throw it. For the torso, did you know that if you put headlights on it instead of hips and add a rounded plate, it'll look like a fat minifigure? You'll also need short legs for this hack to work. And if you replace the hips with a bracket piece, you can create unique leg poses. So I built this karate scene using this hack. For the leg hack, you can take antennas, squeeze them in grill pieces, then attach studs to it, and you have these weird legs that can turn in all directions. Wait, what is that? Finally, there's another secret leg hack. Just place regular studs into the minifigure's legs and it'll give the appearance of a big booty. And there are many more hacks you can do with minifigure parts. So share your most cursed hacks in the comments. You can fill a bowl with water and challenge yourself to do a trick shot. And you can actually use a brick separator as a catapult for a minifigure. Okay, I think that counts. You can also put minifigures on top of one another to see how tall you can build them until they fall. You can line up all of your minifigures and simulate an epic battle that has no purpose at all. You can use minifigures as bowling pins. No way. How is Huggy Wuggy the only one who survived? You can also speed build a catapult to launch one minifigure into another minifigure or into a basketball hoop. You can taste a minifigure. Wow, tastes like chicken. And that gave me the idea to bake a Lego minifigure pie. So just lay the dough on the baking tray and use minifigures as filling for your pie. Now put it into the oven. And here's the most important part. The minifigs will melt at 180 degrees Fahrenheit. So don't exceed this limit or you will burn the pie. Okay, now we wait. Let's connect the minifigure to the leaf blower and try to blow it away. When you're bored, you can draw a custom bored-to-death face expression on a minifigure. And finally, you can use paint to make a custom minifigure. And today, I'll make a Pomni. You just need to paint her buttons yellow and white for the sleeves. So at this point, I actually painted a lot of minifigures with Pomni's features. And I gotta say, I'm getting better at this. Okay, so I think the pie is ready. Is anybody hungry? Another cool way to use minifigures is to run experiments on them. So I took a knife and cut the minifigure to see what's inside. Oh wow, now you can learn Lego anatomy. For this next experiment, I bought the world's strongest laser. You see, it's written danger, so it should be powerful. But will it make a hole in the minifigure's head? Okay, I've waited like 5 minutes, but I only burned his eye. Okay, maybe I will be able to make a hole in its torso? It works! Now, for more useful minifigure hacks, did you know that if you have a minifigure with this cape, you can use it as a shower curtain? And in the shower, you can put an all-yellow minifigure. It'll look like he's naked. If you switch the heads of a minifigure with a skeleton, first you'll get this minifigure that looks like he wears a Halloween mask. And for the minifigure with a skeleton body, you can build an X-ray machine, put it inside, now it looks like he's in the hospital. Another thing you can do with a skeleton is to switch his head with a Lego frog. Put it on all fours, and now you have a skeleton that looks more like a dog. If you have these minifigures with animal costumes, you can build scenes that, the more you think of them, the more you get how cursed they are. To build this scene where it looks like two minifigures are sleeping in one bed, you can use this simple Lego piece. Put a minifigure's head on it, and insert it into a headlight piece. Now you can put two heads into the bed and cover them with a blanket. And using the same Lego part, you can build a minifigure with a long neck to peek in on you in the toilet. Okay, I know that you're on a toilet right now, so be aware that you might be watched by a random minifigure. With the help of blue cheese slopes, you can build a scene where it looks like the minifigure pulled its pants down in order to get a vaccine. If you put the minifigure's legs separated near the toilet, you can build a minifigure that sits on the toilet, and it looks much better than just sitting the minifigure on it, like I did here. However, now I can just add brown cone pieces, and it looks like the minifigure pooped extra hard. Okay guys, I don't know if you realize it, but in reality, this is a chocolate cake icing piece. Okay, are you ready for the next round of ideas? Yes, he is ready. So, for the first hack, I gave him a custom hand made of clay. Another crafty material you can use is a simple Sharpie. Now you can finally draw a nose on a minifigure. Next, you can take a drill to make an accessory out of a minifigure. So first, secure the minifigure inside the vise and make a hole in its head.
Wait, what?
After that, you can put a simple hook inside the hole, and you turn a regular minifigure into a keychain for your keys. Or you can glue a magnet to its back and use it as a fridge magnet. Okay, ordering these wooden doors for the fridge would be a bad idea. Finally, you can build custom characters. And to make them recognizable, you can print a custom sticker on ordinary paper and glue it to a minifigure. Now, can you guess who this is? What about using a minifigure for something actually useful, like holding cables? Wow, it fits perfectly. Or if you have a very expensive minifigure, you can add it to a chain and use it as a necklace to flex on everyone. And speaking of chains, you can connect two minifigures to a chain. And now you've got yourself a fidget toy that you can spin. Okay, I have no idea how to play with it, but you can spin it very fast or use it as a weapon. Now for more random ideas, you can connect two minifigures to use them as a money holder, or a phone holder, or as an ice cream scooper,
Delicious creamy poo.
or as a pooper scooper. And finally, you can use it as a protection device from scary dogs. Bro isn't even scared. Then I challenged myself to repurpose every minifigure part in a build. So I used minifigure hands as clothing pins to hold sweaty t-shirts while doing laundry, or you can stuff some hands in the bottom of the plate and use it as a rug or a roof. The arms are kinda tricky, but if you have the collectible minifigure flashlight, you can swap its hands with the normal minifigure's hands. And now you have a very strong minifigure, and also a very weak one. He looks like a T-Rex now. You can use the head instead of a basketball to score 3-pointers. The torso is also hard to repurpose, but I used it as legs for this table, and it looks decent. If you take the minifigure's legs, they look similar to bread. So I built a toaster and a loaf of bread out of 6 legs. Or you can build this statue, where I used 1 leg for a nose. For the hips, I honestly didn't know what to do at first, but then I realized it kind of looks like part of a zip line attachment, so I took a special Lego rope, built 2 towers, and now he can... And finally, you can use the whole minifigure as a bracelet by connecting them in a circle. Okay, let's test if it fits my hand. Oh my gosh, it's broken! Let's try again. I like this time of a day. Okay, at this point, after 100 ideas, I was honestly so exhausted. But I built this special final idea, number 101. So here's the complex-looking exoskeleton. I used droid arms for a cage that holds everything together. He also has metal armor on the front, and I gave him this robotic claw in one hand, and in another hand, he's holding this huge gun with a light on top. And he even has a rocket launcher on top, which is made out of Lego binoculars. But next, I'm testing the world's most dangerous professions in Lego, and simulating extremely dangerous situations that can happen in real life, all with one goal in mind: to test if this ordinary Lego man will survive them. We'll test classic Lego professions like a construction worker or a policeman, but we'll also have a look at some of the world's weirdest professions like a webcam eater or water slide tester. Then I'll take those professions and recreate them in real life. So, without wasting time, let's start in... Sometimes it's dangerous even to be a window cleaner, and I'm not talking about this annoying sound. Especially if you're cleaning a window on the highest building in the world, the Burj Khalifa. And if that's not dangerous enough, let's simulate an earthquake. This is a 3 magnitude earthquake. This is 6 magnitude. And this is 9. There's such a thing as a professional mourner. Basically, people can hire you, and all you need to do is show up at the funeral of their relative. And the only reason I can think of hiring a person for this is to make your neighbors jealous because you have more guests at the funeral.
Now that's a weird way to flex.
Pretty much a very easy job. The only danger here is overreacting and getting kicked out of the party.
Bruh.
Surprisingly, being a crossing guard is a dangerous profession. Pretty much all you need to do is stop the vehicles to let vulnerable groups of people cross the road. It can be kids that go to school, or old pedestrians, or even puppies. And like with a lot of professions, the risk here is being hit by a car if the driver can't read the signs properly. Another weird profession is a water slide tester. And it seems like a pretty chill profession, I gotta say. And I bought 1,000 transparent studs for this one, so let's pour them out. But I guess this profession exists for a reason, so I built this huge water slide for him to test. And I have a feeling that it is not completely safe. Comment if you would test it for $28.
Yes, sir.
You know that feeling when you're going down a slide, afraid of going too fast and getting yeeted into space? Yeah, sometimes the fear is there for a reason. Next, let's go above the clouds, because it's parachuting. Oh, by the way, this is my video editor. And to simulate a parachute, I attached an official Lego parachute piece, and now he has a parachute. The only thing left is to drive him to the nearest bridge and simulate skydiving by dropping him from it. Okay, hope your parachute won't tangle midair.
I'm dying. Help me.
Okay, yes, it actually worked. And the parachute definitely saved him. What about superheroes? Being a superhero can also count as a profession. So here's a quick speed round of dangerous situations that might happen while saving the world. Okay, let's start with Superman, who mainly spends his time flying in the air. And the dangerous thing that can happen to him is... Mr. Bricks Airlines is not responsible for this accident. Another flying superhero is Iron Man, and there's a big chance of technical faults caused by lightning strikes. And then he can be pretty much fried up. Wait, guys, I think I spotted something weird on the wall while I was filming. Let me just take my slipper. Gotcha! Oh! Wait, I think I just killed Spider-Man. And did you know that lonely people have like a 30% shorter life on average? So for the last build of this round, I'll make a tiny, sad apartment where the person can sit all lonely and sad, cause it is a supervillain, Joker. Wait, why is he smiling? What the heck? He's supposed to be sad. That's better. There's also such a profession as an electrician, but this one is pretty much self-explanatory. Touch the wrong cable, and you're fried. Next, I built a small zoo, cause another weird but really cute profession is a panda fluffer. I mean, look at this. Aren't they the cutest things you've ever seen? Pretty much all you need to do is cuddle and feed pandas all day and watch them grow. I guess the only dangerous thing that can happen is if you're really good at your job, the panda will ask all his friends to join. There's also wingsuiting, where you basically fall down to the ground, but with this suit that makes you look like a squirrel's skin, you have some limited control over it. The best stunts by these guys include flying under a bridge or even through a hole in a mountain. So let's simulate this by building a mountain with a hole in it. And now let's try to throw him precisely through this tiny hole. Oh yeah, it's easy to miss and it's quite deadly. Next is being a policeman. Being a policeman is obviously quite dangerous because all you do is deal with criminals all day, and one of the most dangerous things is being shot by one of them. Policemen can also have intense car chases, but then slip on a random object and fall from the table. I mean, from the cliff. And what if a Lego man is on fire in Lego City? You need to buy Lego and build the fire station and become a firefighter. Okay, so here we have a fire station where you can see on the map where an emergency is happening in the Lego City, and a cool fireman's pole so you won't spend an extra half second on the stairs.
Oh dang, being a firefighter is actually a pretty dangerous profession.
We've also got a kitten on a tree, because that's like 69% of all the calls to the fire guards. But the coolest thing in this set is the helicopter, which comes with these special water pieces that you need to load up, and now you can shoot with water and fight the fire on the fly.
I honestly had no idea Lego had these parts. Kids nowadays are so spoiled.
But what about a real danger? Say, if a house is on fire. There's a big chance of a house collapsing due to long heat exposure, so let's simulate that. Okay, so far we've looked at a lot of dangerous professions, but what is the most dangerous of them all? With this question, I went to Google, and here's the top 5 most dangerous professions according to Google. And you'll be surprised, because in 5th place is garbage collector. These are the guys who collect all the waste after your last house party. And as I read on Google, there's a big chance of being hit by the truck and being stuck between it and the dumpster forever. Not cool, man, not cool. Then in 4th place stand fishermen, specifically the guys who sail the deep seas in search of the big fish. So let's simulate the ocean with a bucket of water and test the profession. Wow, this guy be having a good mood today. The 3rd place, according to Google, is for delivery drivers. And I bought a fresh Lego set for this one. It's a small restaurant that has a delicious sandwich on top, and it comes with a bicycle delivery guy who carries crispy but delicious Lego food. And apparently these guys experience a lot of accidents because they spend all their time on the roads.
What the hell, dude? It's the 2nd time in like 20 seconds.
In 2nd place is a profession called roughneck, and basically the crews risk their lives pumping the black gold.
So I attempted to build this working oil rig, but it is still not working, guys.
And it can be a very dangerous job with terrible accidents, such as being hit by one of the chains. And lastly, the most dangerous profession according to Google is a logger. Pretty much, you need to stay all day in the woods and fight mosquitoes while cutting trees using various tools until they fall. There's also a profession called dog food taster, but this one is pretty self-explanatory. All you need to do is just taste different kinds of dog food, check its quality, taste, texture. Okay, it's kind of good money for a side hustle, so I'm gonna give this one a shot. Okay, it's actually not that bad. Another dangerous profession is being a gang boss.
Hey, boss.
Usually when you're a gang boss, you don't really need to kill anyone and get your hands dirty. So you just take care of the fam and collect money from all the illegal activities. But the dangerous part here is that the other gangs are constantly trying to kill you. For example, by planting an explosive under your car. And I used a firecracker to simulate this. Wow, that's even more dangerous than I thought. And what about being a pilot? It's also quite dangerous. You can experience severe turbulence, or even worse, you can crash. So let's simulate double engine failure. I found this nice tall thing at my local playground, so let's drop the plane right from the top of it. I'm gonna do it.
2, 1, liftoff.
Wow, this pilot's scared, but at least he survived.
I'm scared.
And for the final dangerous extreme sport, we will need to go underwater, because it is cave diving. So pretty much all you need to do here is dive deep into the ocean. Okay, he is stuck. Just kidding, he's fine. Another weird profession is a webcam eater. Like this Nikocado avocado dude who earns pretty decent money. So I speed built a simple streamer's room, and I used all my food parts for this wall. And the only thing you need to do is sit in your room, stream, and eat different foods, like bananas, croissants, pretzels, hot dogs, and of course, pizza. Okay, I think he's full already. Another classic topic for Lego sets is a construction site. So I went and ordered a used one from Bricklink. And what I found out while building this set is that there's actually a lot of danger on a construction site. Like this elevator with no safety features at all. And some other dangerous things. Okay, I think I simulated a typical day in the life of minions right now. But the most dangerous thing you can do is let an unskilled crane operator carry around a pile of bricks. Okay, he is dead. But I also went and recreated it with a real brick. Hey! A man was hit with a brick in Lego City! Fire the crane operator! Now I have a handsome smirk. And the final dangerous profession in this video is an illegal master builder. And although you can build pretty nice stuff like this sphere, remember that the cops are always near. Subscribe, or you are next. Okay, so this video so far was the most fun to make. Hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I did. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. And also, if you didn't subscribe, you will be a dog food tester.